Hi everyone, my name is Anita Ladhani. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and an energy practitioner. And today I want to talk to you about the power of your words. We use words all the time. We say stuff all the time, but do we really stop and actually think about what the words are that we're using? So here's an exercise that I'd like to invite you to do, okay? I want you to think about what words would you use to describe yourself if someone asked you? What are the words? And I want you to write that down. Take a minute and write that down. And then go and reflect that. And you can pause this video if you're actually going to sit and do it, which I think is a great idea. And then I want you to also do this other exercise. I want you to stop and I want you to think about if someone told you to describe your story, your life story in one sentence, right? So for example, maybe we'll give you a couple of sentences, right? Describe in one sentence what your childhood was like. Describe in one sentence what your adolescent was like. So childhood is up from 0 to like 10 to 11, 12 years old. Adolescent are your teenage years from 13 to like 19 years old, right? And describe in one sentence or maybe two sentences or three sentences. You get a sentence for every decade that you are, right? So if you're 30, 40, you can add a sentence or two. Describe in sentences what your adulthood is like. And so write that down and then look and see what are the words you've chosen to describe yourself, because your words have power. Your words have an energy. And so often we use words that are less than flattering to talk about ourselves. We negate ourselves. We say negative, we give ourselves qualities that are not very positive. And mind you, you may not be perfect. You may have, those negative, whatever, qualities or attributes or what have you. But what I want to invite you to do is that in spite of having those things, I want you to still use positive words to describe yourself. Now, you may be thinking, well, I'm not being authentic. I'm not being honest with myself. This is not about being honest with yourself. We are too honest with ourselves, okay? And that's why we end up in these low self-esteem and this constantly sort of, what is it we do? We constantly talk negatively to ourselves. Instead, what I want you to do is trick your thoughts, trick your mind, because your subconscious is always listening. Our subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not. Whatever words we use, whatever we think about is what we end up feeling and attracting in our lives. So enough about feeling bad about ourselves, enough about putting ourselves down. We already know that, okay? Let's now consciously take responsibility of changing our self-esteem, changing our self-image, changing the vibrational energy we have about ourselves. And it's as simple as speaking about yourself in a positive way, really. So next time you want to criticize yourself, okay, sure, take a quick, little thing and say, yes, I made a mistake here and this is what I do, and then learn from it. But then forgive yourself. Learn the lesson you're supposed to learn and then move on. And then speak about yourself in a positive way. So that's it. Think about that. And love and light. Take care. God bless.